One.
I I don't really know what's wrong with Dad. I noticed you noticed it that he's looking a little off and he's not really himself. He's been sick. I mean, he's lost his appetite. He has this metallic taste in his mouth. He's just dealing with so many different things, and I just don't know what else to do with him. And then when they said he had to go to dialysis, look, I don't know if he's supposed to go 3 times a week or 5 times a week, once a month. I just don't know. But I mean, I guess we got to do something. We just don't want anything to happen to him. So you should go with him to his next appointment. No, I went with him the last appointment. No, he's not my responsibility. No, he's both of our father. Listen, I mean, you the caregiver. We joint caregivers here. Well, somebody is something. But all I do know is this is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 in the kidney world. How is everybody today? Good evening, good evening. I have a wonderful show for you today. I tell you, I know it's a wonderful show because every show is a little challenge just before the show. How about that? Having a little toothache going on here, but nothing stops the show. It must go on because we got to educate you out there. So let me tell you something. I got a wonderful guest. This guy is just too much. He's a father. He's a good man. He's a hard worker. He has his own business. He's an entrepreneur. He works in transportation. That's how we met. I'm going to take you all the way down, step by step, not just to talk about him and his career, but how it links with everything, how things work together, even in the kidney world. How about that? I ain't mad at you. His name is Steve Smith. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you.
Wow, man, we haven't seen each other in a minute.
Yes, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I say like a little over a year or so.
Yeah, it's been busy.
I know we both have these busy lives, right? But we
Yeah,
find a way where we get to, text or talk or something.
of course.
Now, I'm laughing to myself because I'm laughing because the way I met you is when you was taking me for an appointment in
Right.
Accessoride.
Right.
And you and I just started having conversation on my way to the ride and conversation. And I was telling you about my show and how that I just thought I did every kidney show there is to do. And I don't know if anybody want to hear anything else or do anything else. And I never forget, you told me that I had to do the show and I had to keep going. And no, I had to keep going no matter what. And you said, I deal with films and I'll shoot you myself. And I'm like, get out of here. This guy don't know me. And he wants to see what I was trying to do and my husband was trying to do. And now that I learned so many other people have shows too, mine to go on. So I just don't know how you or why you did that. But I was always so grateful because we shot 4 shows together and we're going to take them one by one, So I just wanted to put how we met out there before I started the questions and stuff like that. You didn't have to be nice to me. You didn't owe me nothing. Matter of fact, you didn't even charge me any money to do those shows.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So what made you do that? A stranger, a crazy sick lady in your cap. No, I'm just kidding, but you know what I mean.
Well, like I said, I'm a good person, so I wanna see things go forward. I like to see people's dreams go forward. And it sounded like a dope idea with your show. So I definitely told you to keep pushing and keep going at it. It's not actually you don't see these things going on, and this is real life stuff. So this is what goes on in the world. To the people that don't know, that feel like they're alone, like there's others out there. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. So well, I'm glad you cared enough. Because of what you did, it causes me to, keep the show going on. I've been doing the show 8 years. So besides my husband, Mitchell Baxter, helping me to film the show and co-produce, you also helped me, my nephew Juan Bravo Jr., his wife, Jay, and now Steve Belcher, and now added to somewhere in there is a Carlton Springer. But anyway, I'm going to start by asking you about your job. We're going to go with your job, and then we're going to go with your business. So starting out with your job, what's the title of your job and what do you do?
Right now I work for Accessorize. If those that don't know who that is, what that is, it's like a service for elderly and disabled. I've been doing that for 14 years.
Wow.
Yeah, June just made 14 years. I do that. I like it. I'm a people person, so I like to go out there and help those who can't help themselves like that. I'm also a filmmaker. I've been doing film for the past 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been going hard for the past, you would say, 5 years. I got my LLC and stuff like that. Legacy One Productions. Um, it's been going well. It's been going real well. We put out a few films, commercials, documentaries, stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's been
Now, I don't
going
want you to say it all in 5 minutes when my show is 30 minutes. So
well.
hold on. Now,
Oh,
in a day of doing being a driver or a transportation specialist, what are some of the things you encounter? You said you take care of the disabled. I know you took care of me. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You were very courteous, helping me in and out if I needed that. I was running and walking when you met me. Now I got a walker, I had a cane, I had a brace, and blah blah blah.
right.
But you were still courteous. So is some of the what is some of the things that what is your day like, or what does your day start out like? Okay, you got up, go.
I get up, I head to work. I get my route. Sometimes I wonder who am I gonna pick up for the day? Who am I
Mm-hmm.
gonna run into? If it's a wild and crazy person, if it's a normal person, somebody just wants to talk and stuff like that. So pretty much at Accessoride, every day is an adventure. Like you don't know who you're gonna run into, you don't know who you're gonna pick up. It's every day is like an open book.
Well, I understand that because when we get in, we don't know what driver we're gonna get either. We're gonna get the kind one, the good one who don't want to care, who don't want to hear us talk, want us to shut up, drive wild and crazy. But you didn't do any of those things, and I still say and do appreciate that.
Right.
What was one of your worst things dealing with Accessoride? One of the hardest days you've had, I'd say,
Uh,
because you deal with a lot of people going to dialysis and other things, appointments, doctor's appointments, different illnesses they dealing with, cancer and everything. I rode with so many people dealing with so many things.
I think I was drive. I think I took one patient to dialysis, and he was very depressed. I think he had I think it was something with his leg. I think his
Mm-hmm.
leg, something like that. It was amputated or something like that, and he was really like he was really down, whatever. So I pulled over one day, and we talked, and I really made his day different. He
Mm-hmm.
he was just all over the place, and it was I felt for him. I really did.
So
So
your heart went out to him.
yes, it did. It really
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Yeah, some of the stories and the testimonies are sad, and some of them are so heroic at the same time. But
Right.
you don't know which story or testimony you're going to get. So as you listen, I guess as you on the ride, you would find the different ones. So
Uh-huh.
what was your most successful ride you would say had, or one of your most successful ones where it went well, it went good, you felt good that day, the person looked like they felt good when they got out, you were pleased, they were pleased kind of thing.
I picked up a passenger, and I think I was down and out that day, and
Mm,
she told me. I think it had something to do with my filming, and she told me to keep going. Whatever it is that you're doing, to keep going. You're almost there, and I think I didn't get no sleep that day because I was editing something. And I was very tired, and she was like, "Young man, keep going. Whatever it is that you're doing, keep going." And I kind of built off that, and I just kept. I never forget that day. Never forget it.
wow, wow.
Actually,
So,
I actually saw her again recently, and we talked.
uh,
And now it was good. It was a good feeling. It was a good feeling seeing her again.
yeah, so you let her know you were still going and you kept going.
Yes,
Like I
because
let
I
you know
haven't
I'm still going.
right. I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her like in over a year. So
Hmm.
when I told her I got my LLC with my film company and everything, she was like so happy for because at the time I was really going through a lot too. Personal stuff with my daughter and stuff. So I didn't.
Yeah, which is a beautiful young lady, beautiful young
Yes, thank
girl.
you, thank you,
Yes,
thank you. So
you are.
when I saw her again, I told her, she was like very happy, and I was like, it made me feel good to see her again.
Well, see that works both ways. You know what I mean? The person that you're driving around that may be ill or dealing with something, can be a good listener too. You never know what profession they work in or what they're dealing or doing, and they're listening to what you were saying and encouraged you like you encouraged me. So it turned all the way around, went full circle. It was paid forward, kind of thing.
Yes,
You know. So yeah. So you encouraged me, and she encouraged you.
yeah,
So that's good to hear, and that's good to hear. How did you get you done? You went for that. What was the process of going for your LLC? Is it?
yes. LLC.
Uh,
Is me and my partner. He currently lives in Dallas right now.
mm,
Um, we we went through LegalZoom.
okay.
We went through LegalZoom, and we paid for it. They gave us a certificate and everything, and that was pretty much it. We started our LLC. It's been 2 years now since we.
Wow, wow. So it wasn't a hard process or anything. So anybody out there that was looking to do producing or anything like that, you could, I guess, encourage them in any way because you've done it yourself. You had a taste of it.
Yes, I encourage all filmmakers, if you're trying to go for your own company, get that LLC, because once you have everything on paper, when you do taxes and stuff like that, it's gonna look good for you. And
Mm.
I'm a firm believer of black businesses too, so you know
I ain't mad at you. I know
it
that's right.
definitely helps. Yes.
Yeah, you ain't never lied. Yes, push it on, push it on. You
Yeah.
know. So okay. Well, all right. So you you're a successful transportation because you dabble in two jobs. I mean, how do you balance two jobs at one time? I guess you got to do what you got to do. I got two jobs too. I
Oh,
mean, I'm
tell
not
me,
on disability right now, but I got two, so it's hard to swing.
that is a whole story right in itself,
And being
because
a dad too.
yes, yes, I work full time at Accessori, then I'm trying to do filming full time. I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sundays from my job, so it's hard. It's very hard, but if you got the will, it could happen. And
That's
I
right.
encourage everybody to just keep going, keep going.
Mhm.
There's no reason to stop. Just keep going.
Because the day that you helped me with one of the films, because you helped me interview four people, you was already running somewhere that day, so you had to get off work, come do the thing with me, and then shoot back off. I thought that was amazing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I really thought that was amazing. Now, one of the people that you helped me to interview, let me
Mm-hmm.
turn a page. I have the nerve to have this like this. I can't hardly see it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, but let me see. Now, one of the people was Angela Davis. Angela Davis, she's the kidney rock star. God bless her soul. She had passed away a couple of months ago. But I had texted you when she had passed away. But
Right.
Angela Davis, for kidney's sake and everything, you helped me to interview her. That was one of the interviews. And usually with the Lisa Baxter show, it's 30-minute show. It's always 30 minutes. So I think we did 15 minutes each person, to
Right.
make up for one show. But Angela Davis was one. Um, Sandy Pope was another. She's a producer at QP TV,
Uh-huh.
and she also deals with a lot of things that dealing with the environment and stuff like that. And I did some community and some comedy shows with her, and we won a national and international award for doing that show about trees. So thank you for that. And let me see. Rhonda Johnson, who was a social worker. I was her mentor when we were at dialysis and stuff together, and I introduced her to one of the doctors that helped her with her kidneys. But you helped me to film her as well. And of course, Dawn Edwards, the CKD champion, the queen of dialysis. Yes, you also helped me to also film her too. So you had a chance to chat with these ladies and what have you,
Right.
and get to know them as well. Tilt your camera. I started to tell you that before, but sometimes, oh yeah, I think that's good. I
Oh.
see I see up to your eyebrows. Maybe I need to see a little bit of your head.
Okay.
No, yeah, you ain't
Go
got to
ahead.
bow, but you could tilt it or move in or a little back or something to get that head more.
I'm
I,
good.
I guess I guess that's as good as we're going to get. Unless I'd
Okay.
had to do one of these things. That's okay, Steve says. I ain't
All
mad at you, Steve. Go ahead
right.
behind the scenes working things out. Hey,
I'm
you
trying.
know. So, all right, what's your company? What kind of films are you doing? Because I know I've done documentaries, I did PSAs, public service announcements, commercials, all kind of stuff with domestic violence and all kind of stuff like that. Drugs and stuff. Why drugs is harmful and bad. Regular drugs, not taking medication. So, what kind of films have you done? I mean, what type?
Well, we do all types, commercials, short films, feature films, documentaries, everything in that genre. Um, I'm actually working on one right now for Father's Day for next year.
Oh
It's
wow,
a documentary about fathers being with in their kids' lives and stuff like that. So, I'm in production with that now,
wow.
and
That's good. That's
yeah,
good.
yeah,
The positive things about fathers. Somebody just had a post today, and they were saying, "Why don't we ever mention the good things? We always mention the deadbeat dads, but what about the fathers that's stepping up and taking their roles and doing what they're supposed to do? They don't need
right,
to get beat up and penalized for what all the other fathers is doing when they doing the right thing.
exactly.
So, but what is your documentary about the positive, huh?
Yeah, about the positive and just men stepping up. Period. You don't
Oh,
really
okay.
hear about no one. You're not really hearing about men stepping up these days, and we are stepping up. It's 2019, 2020. We want to see our kids. We want to spend time with our kids. So
Yeah.
now it's time to acknowledge them.
Wow. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Well, yeah. Well, I'm glad you're doing that. You have any other future projects? Is that the only one?
Nah, well, I have a short film on YouTube right now. It's called Black Money.
Uh-huh.
If you want to look it up, you could just type in Black Money on YouTube. I have that in a film festival in South by Southwest. It's in Austin, Texas.
Wow.
I'll be out in Austin, Texas in March 16th to 22nd, I think.
Wow.
So I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be in Vegas in April,
Hmm.
and I should be in Miami in June. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of promoting and moving around next year for
A lot of
2020
travel.
from our film company.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be crazy.
Well, no
It's
wonder
gonna
we
be really
haven't did.
exciting.
No wonder we haven't did any more work together because you're moving around and you're moving up. I ain't mad at you. You got to do
Yeah,
what you got to do.
yeah.
But hey, I got your back if you need an actress for anything. You know that a silent actress or actress that talk too much. Either way, I'm your girl.
Of course, of course, of course.
I'm your girl. I'm your girl. Let me see. How has driving dialysis patients around and me and dialysis what have you learned from the time you had to pick anybody up, visit a dialysis center? What do you know or what have you learned?
What I've learned about dealing with dialysis patients is more like I guess to take care of yourself
Okay, we need
in
to
a
do that.
nature.
Hmm.
Yeah, and they're just like regular people. I mean, I wouldn't see no different. A dialysis patient just like a regular person going to work, going to school. I know
Yeah.
one patient. He goes to dialysis in Queens, and he works in Manhattan.
Hmm.
I don't know how he does it, but he does it every day. And he's a cool guy. And, we talk and stuff like that. And he makes it happen. I've learned, you know, just to take care of yourself. Like anything can happen.
Sure, sure. I mean, we all need that push. We all need something to do. We all need a dream. Now, some of us have to stay home or something like that, or not really work a full-time job. Some of us work part-time. Some of us work full-time. Some of
Right.
us have more than one job. You know what I mean? Some of
Mm-hmm.
us are entrepreneurs, run our own business. Like you said, we are like regular people, but we gotta fix the illness just a little bit more. We got to go to that treatment. We got to go to
Right.
dialysis 3 times a week. We have to show up and go even when we don't want to, even when we're sick and we don't have to. You ever had anybody in your ride that maybe was weak? Because I used to get low blood pressure or weak or throwing up or I'd pass out. Have you ever had anybody in your transportation, in your car or your truck, whatever you was driving, the van of Accessoride, that was weak or sick, or you had to call for help or whatever, or you did something? What was that like?
Um, there was this one lady where I used to pick her up. She would be out of it. Like I would help her in the vehicle, and before I could even drive off, she sleep. So
Wow.
I'll ask her, you want a bottle of water? I'll go to the store and get a bottle of water before I take her home. And I used to take the long way for her home so she can get a good, so she can rest in the ride a little bit before she get
Wow.
home. So it's kind of, yeah. I Then what happened to her? I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him in a while.
Mm,
But
my
yeah,
Lord.
yeah. I remember that day.
Yeah,
She
because
was
you
out
don't
of
know
it.
what you're gonna get. I mean, I passed out in the street and people bought me juice, or saw my bracelet. I had an emergency bracelet that talk about my end stage renal disease, low blood pressure. I had my husband number, stuff all in that bracelet on both sides.
Hmm.
So sometimes
Now,
if you're listening out there, get your bracelet. What was you gonna say,
right.
Steve?
It's funny because before I started Accessoride about 14 years ago, I didn't know what dialysis was. I
Wow.
thought I didn't know what it was. I didn't fully understand it until I started picking up passengers up,
Yes.
and they was really breaking it down to me, and I was like, really, you gotta sit on a machine for like X amount of hours for 3 days a
And
week?
a
And they
half,
was like,
more or
yeah. And
less.
I was like, wow, that's a lot. And I was like, how do you maintain it? And they was like, we just do it. And I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, because the needles are yay long. I had the 15 gauge needles in my
Right.
access, which you could see. I still got it. It works, but I don't need it. Hannah is fine, my new kidney. But you get the 2 needles in there, and it pulls the blood out and it goes through the machine and comes back in the body. So sometimes you will feel tired, you feel still weak, or like you starving to death, like you never had a meal. You know what I mean? Or you get nauseous from passing out.
Right.
You don't know that feeling, or the lights will start flickering and flashing. So
Hmm.
I'm giving you a quick one-on-one. You know what I'm
Right. Right.
saying?
Right.
And
Right.
whoever's out there, quick one-on-one, or some of the things of when you're passing out or low blood pressure. They used to give us a little saline back, or they'll give us a little broth, chicken broth, or something like that,
Right.
and it will bring the pressure up. But you'd be surprised what you dealt with. One time I got in the Accessoride and my arm started to bleed, and I told the guy, let me go back in there and let them wrap me up tighter or better. He says no. He was like Spider-Man or something. He put the gloves on. He threw the first aid kit out. I mean, he knew what he was doing. Like I kept saying, but we're in front of the dialysis center. Not that I had anything, but I mean, you don't know if I have anything or not. But he
Right.
went there like you went there for me. He went there again in a different way for me, and he wrapped my arm up and took me home. Man, I call Accessoride. I do call about good stuff. I don't always call about negative or bad. It's one in a million that I will call about something negative or bad. But I told him, listen, I don't know who that superhero was, but give him a raise or something. Or now that y'all get accommodations, I do call that accommodation line and
Right.
press 8 because there's some good ones out there. There's some good ones out there. I
Yeah. Of
thank you for
course.
being one of the good ones.
Of course. There's a lot of us out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us.
It's not really the needle in the haystack, but Accessoride had a bad reputation for picking up late, not picking up on time. They called it Stressoride. But let me tell you something. In all of that, in the 16 years I've taken Accessoride, I've gotten from point A to point V. They don't just take you to a medical place, they take you personal places. I've been to
Right.
the beach. I went to the airport on them, and it's $2.75 one way. So I went
Right.
everywhere I wanted to go, to a restaurant, visit family. So you take advantage of that Accessoride. Nobody is looking at you like you know anything. We know you got a real sickness. So go have some fun somewhere. Use that Accessoride. You got transportation that only take you to medical places. But
Hmm.
this thing take you to more than that. I even got Able Ride too, and it take me all through Long Island. Me and my
Right.
sister went to some movie way out in Long Island somewhere because Accessoride only go to do the 5 boroughs. But I
Right.
said that to say this. In some states, in some places, they don't have no sort of transportation. They either have to carpool it, walk it, or get on the bus. I've been on a bus before with treatment, and that's not good because people don't let you sit down. Either because they don't know what's wrong with you or they don't even care to know what's wrong with you. They tired themselves too. Because I
Mm-hmm.
always give up my seat, but that days that I'm tired, I can't move, I won't move. But I'm
Right.
just saying, you don't know their condition or circumstance either. Some you don't have to look sick, sometime to deal with this kind of thing. But I'm just glad we got Accessoride in New York, and I hope that they would open more things like it. I had to learn to be grateful and not see only the negative in it. I mean, I've been left on the curb. I've had a driver urinate in front of me. I told him you could have went to the bathroom. Don't be whipping nothing out. I don't want to see nothing or anything like that. Suppose I was a real old lady and had a heart attack and thinking you doing something else. You got to think on those things. I didn't
Right.
call nobody on them or the one that drove crazy and cursing through the whole ride and talking on the phone. I'd rather talk to the person and say, look, maybe they having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Right.
Give them a chance. Don't take nobody's job. They got to eat. But Accessoride is good. I always said if they had competition, they just might act just a little better. But they have improved because now with the GPS, they know if you really at my house or not. They know if you left me or you're lying. So I do appreciate that. So
Right.
I ain't mad about that. You was always a good driver before all of that kicked in. So I appreciate you on that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So this award is for you. All right. All right. This is my wonderful water thing. Drink more water. That's good for the kidneys as well. But I'm
Yes.
just saying, my hat off to you. You're a good person and a good man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we covered that. We covered your company. We covered your work. We covered what you know about dialysis. Is there anything that you want to say or talk about that maybe we didn't cover? Because I know you might deal with other people. You can't say names and stuff, but I don't want to know any names. I know about the confidentiality stuff. But if you know anybody that got in the ride, maybe they had, maybe they didn't say it. Maybe they had cancer. Maybe they had any other illnesses and stuff like that. Were you able to help? Did you ever had to drive anybody to a hospital instead of to their destination or call an ambulance in your vehicle?
Yes, I think the a lady was she had just got out of dialysis, but she got drowsy or whatever. And it
Hmm.
was in Brooklyn, so I immediately took her to Brooklyn Hospital, and
Wow.
she called the company and said I did a very good job.
Look at
She
that.
was
Come
she was very
on.
good.
I ain't the only one recognize you. Come on now. Somebody
Yeah,
else saw you.
yeah.
Wow.
I like to help people because at the end of the day, that's somebody's grandmother you're transporting. That's somebody's mother or aunt, grandfather or pops or kid. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah.
everybody's normal. No, I don't treat nobody different. We all the same. You know, it's just it is what it is. You got a destination to go to, just like I got a destination to go to. You know,
I like the way you think.
you
Because
know.
there's special needs also. Don't you pick up people with mental challenges as well? Special needs, what
Yeah.
have you?
Well, actually, There was one girl I picked up. She was autistic,
Hmm.
and I felt bad because she didn't have an aide with her. And when you don't understand, you kind of feel bad. So she kept like pushing me to and I kept I was ensuring her that she was on. We were on our way home. I was taking her to her mother. We went straight home. We didn't pick up no other passengers. And I
Yeah.
felt bad a little bit because I couldn't like let her know that she was safe and she was good.
Yeah.
But I guess once we got on her block and once she saw her house and
Yeah.
I guess she saw her mother, she kind of felt better. So
She
I had
calmed
let her
down.
mother know. I was like, she was feeling uncomfortable, but I assured her that we even got there quick.
Wow.
That's how crazy it was.
That's beautiful.
I got her home quick because a lot of things is going on these days. People are not making it home and stuff like that. So I was very very glad to get her home.
Wow.
Stuff like
Well,
that.
that's great. That's great. I mean, look, that shows you care too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You wasn't ashamed to say where you work or what you work. People throwing stones and bricks. Sometimes you don't want to mention it. You want to say it with something
right.
else. And I'm just glad that you was truthful with that and about that, and even telling your stories, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I mean? And
Right.
still have time to be a dad, an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Open your own company, get your license, got plans and stuff for the future. You know,
Yeah.
if you ever do any documentaries, I've done 4 already, but if you do any on dialysis or transplant, again, I'm your girl. You know what I mean? And or you got choices of the whole network because the whole network do a lot of good stuff. So it
Yeah.
ain't only just about me getting somewhere or getting ahead. You might have somebody looking that say, "What? I'm an actress," or or I want to do it. You know what I mean? Or I got a story to tell. So I don't know if you have a website, Steve, or anything, or you're taking applications, or if you're not ready to say that or do that, you don't have to. But if you do, put it on up there or out there so Steve Belcher can put it up there, or even when I look at the show after we finish,
Right.
you know?
Um. Yeah. I don't have a website yet.
Okay.
I'm in the process of getting one. But if anybody wants to see me, I'm on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes.
My Instagram is director with 2 underscores and the letter S. You'll find me on there, and on Twitter is film, the letter N, and VFX. You'll find me on there as well. Um, I respond back quick because I'm always on there every day, all day, every day. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's just a lot of stuff going.
What? So I could have got you on that? No, I'm just kidding. You know, I ain't mad at you. Listen, is there anybody? Well, before I let you give the person a shout out, is there anything that you can say nice to a dad or a single dad or a father can if that might be dealing with anything and just by being a father and a man yourself, is there anything encouraging you could say to a father that might be on
to
shaky ground?
to a father, I would say, be there for your kid. Be there for your child. Keep going. If you're trying, keep going. Because I was at a point where I wasn't in my daughter's life. I didn't see my daughter for 4 years. When
Sean?
God blessed me, when God blessed me with her and brought her back to me,
Yeah.
I made sure I was there every single trip.
Yes.
So to the fathers, be there for them because they need you, especially right now.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Now that's phenomenal. Thank you. I'm glad you was able to say that. Now, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yes, first and foremost, I got to shout out God. Without Him, nothing's possible.
Hallelujah.
Um, I want to shout out my daughter. Just by looking at her every trip, it just makes me want to keep going. I want to shout out my niece because she's currently doing filming classes right now in NYU.
All right. Taking
So
after the uncle. Woo!
yes, yes.
Woo woo.
I want to give a shout out to my mother, my sister, my brother. Um, yeah, that's it. There's a lot of people I can't name them all because I'll be on here forever. But
Like the Academy Awards, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I gotta practice for that too. I gotta practice for that.
I
You
ain't mad
know,
at you, me and you both.
and you know what? I want to shout out my accessory workers too
Beautiful.
because um, me being there for 14 years, I consider them like family. You know,
Yes, yes,
it may sound crazy. Some people may be like, "Oh, it's just a job," but like I said, when you're dealing with dialysis patients or you're dealing with the public, it's more than just work. You know, you gotta
yes.
treat them like family. So yeah, I want to shout out my coworkers over there. I might as well say it. I'm gonna shout it out at Maggie's Paratransit because that's where I
Uh-huh.
currently work at. You know,
Yeah.
shout out to them. All my coworkers there.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. You guys are a team. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. And you are definitely making the dream work with Accessorize, making the dream work with your film, making the dream work, and even just helping us all together, doing what you got to do and going beyond the call of duty. So we definitely thank you. We give you the honoree, the Lisa Baxter Award, Night You, or whatever it takes, and thank you for coming and being on the show. Thank you
Yes.
so much for coming and being on the show, helping me with my films, helping me with my stuff, and always willing to do something with me and for me. So I do appreciate that. And let me know about your endeavors. I might have to fly there to sit in the audience or something. All right,
Yes.
clap
And
on
it's,
for
and
you,
it's,
you know.
and it's
So
never too late. It's never too late to follow your dreams. Never too
that's
late.
right. Never
My
too
mother,
late.
my mother just got her bachelor's degree, and she'll be 60 next year.
Wow.
Yeah, she'll be 60 next year. So
Wow. Wow. That's
that's
beautiful.
that's another inspiration for me too. You
Hmm.
know. and my mother came from depression, so that speaks a lot.
That's real.
That
Yeah,
speaks a lot.
being a mother and raising your children and they're becoming something or taking after you or not is a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful all the way around. And thanks again for everything. And I hope neither one of us forgot anything, but I think that we said some good things, and I think they could get some good gold and some good nuggets and even some silver nuggets out of what was said. So
Right.
thank you again. Appreciate you again. And
Thank you.
looking forward to working with you again.
Yes, yes, we will. We will.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'm about to end the show. So thank you and good night, Steve.
Thank
And
you.
now you are very welcome.
All right.
Guys, you done heard it from the producer's chair, from the director's chair, from even the transportation and the driving chair. What did I tell you? There are good people out there. There's some people that care about the sick, the disabled, or people, period. So you've heard it tonight, and my guest was one of them. You guys do nice. Be nice for somebody. Be a good caregiver and not the crazy caregiver I was that played in my little skit. So I love on you. Till next week, a million blessings. I ain't mad at you. There's nothing about love. Nothing but about love. Okay? So I got nothing but love for you, honey. Bye
Take
and
care.
good day. Good
All
day.
right.